Hello, I'm Mike from HDS. It's the 30th of November 2019, and today I'm going to talk about a new product I released for the Dragon Models M48 series of kits. This is a torsion bar set. It'll allow you to display your model with torsion bars either broke or having maintenance performed on it. So the parts in the ISO grid is your torsion bar housing, the road arm bearing set, 2 torsion bars, a flange for the lower hull, a flange for the return roller spindle, and a torsion arm lock. Okay, so I've painted the torsion bar housing with some liquid primer. I think this is Tamiya. And when you install the flange in the hull, there's like a top and a bottom. So the easiest way to figure this out is if you look here, there's 3 holes in a row on the one side. They need to match the 3 holes on the flange. So when you go to mount this on your hull, this is going to be the top. The hub for the road arm, that's sold separately. It includes wheels that are unmounted. And here you can see I just glued the bearings on the end of the road arm. On the return roller flange, before you mount it in the hull, what you might want to do is just tack it onto the part that the return roller goes on. And what I did is I shaved off the bolts, and then I just took a drill and used the flange as a drill guide and just started my holes, just drilling gently through the hole. You don't have to go all the way through, just gently drill maybe halfway through, and then take a razor blade and just slice this back off. And then you can mount this to the hull. Okay, so here you can see that I started the holes from the back side, and then I took a razor blade and removed the flange and then finished drilling through. And I used a 0.5 millimeter or 0.0197 inch drill. Incidentally, these drills are called PCB drills, Papa Charlie Bravo, and they're really great for cutting through resin and plastics. They break real easy, however, but you can go on eBay and order like a set of 50 of them. Just do a search for PCB drills. This next part is really tiny, so it's probably going to go in and out of focus here. But this is the spindle for the return roller. And this will go on the part that I previously showed that I drilled the holes through the flange. Now when you remove this, there's actually kind of 2 parts of this. You remove it from the ISO grid on this side, and then what you're going to do is you're going to trim this down. This is actually hollow inside, and it has a little square that corresponds to the square in the kit part. So we're going to cut that off, and it's going to be real thin, but once you're done, it's going to look really nice when you put it on the flange. Okay, so here you can see I removed the sprue, which is like a hollow tube, revealing that little square in there. And that square, I'm probably going to go out of focus again here, corresponds to the square in the kit part. So there you can see it, how it fits in there. It's probably going to fall off when I do this, but... The next step is to cut a hole for the flange for the torsion bar housing. What I did is I just drilled a couple holes, kind of roughed it in, used some Dremel bits or like this and kind of just smooth it out. You don't have to get super precise with it, just get a opening to where it'll fit in there. I also use a sander to kind of touch it up. It's best to do this with all the other torsion bar housings removed, so when you place this in, you can maybe take a straight edge and make sure it's flat across with the others. But that'll go in basically like that. And then just fill it in with putty and smooth it into the hull. Okay, so there's a flange glued into the hull. When I put it in, I just simply took like a popsicle stick and placed it over the other flanges so it'll be flush with the rest of them, and glued it in. Once the glue is dry, what I'll do is I'll go back and put some putty to fill in these seams and then sand it down smooth. And then I'll repeat the process for the upper return roller flange. Once again, this is a new product I'm selling on Shapeways. This is the M48 Torsion Bar Housing Set. This is Mike from HDS, signing off.